Hey guys, I'm Nate.
And I'm Rose.
And welcome back to the Nate and Rose Show. And today we'll be talking about a government machine that was created that's named the HAARP. And what that does is it supposedly manipulates the weather to cause a mayhem. You know,
it's an electromagnetic machine.
Yeah. What HAARP stands for is High
Frequency Active Auroral
High
Research
Frequency.
Program.
Yeah, there we go. Which I don't understand how is a high frequency and it's HA. Wouldn't it be like HFAA?
Not sure.
Anyways, the program was established in 1990, but their actual research program station wasn't built until 1993, and it was built in Gacon, Alaska. Gacon, Gacon, one of them two. Also, the HAARP program was also funded by the U.S. Air Force and the Navy and the Alaska University of Fairbanks, I believe.
Yeah.
Right. Also, it was also funded by the Defense Advanced Research Program Agency, also known as DARPA. Sorry, I keep looking down because there's a lot of abbreviations and it's
a lot of notes.
Yeah. And it was also it was designed and built also by a company called BAE Advanced Technologies. Their most prominent instrument at the station is also known as the I know I'm gonna say this wrong, guys, but I'm sorry. It's called the ionosphere. And what it is, it's a ionosphere research instrument, a high power radio frequency transmitter.
And we also have a picture of what it looks like, and we'll insert it right here.
We'll insert a picture right here. Facility operating on a high frequency band, I think is IRI. Now, I'm sorry about the abbreviations. I don't know what they stand for, but they just sound like really valuable information. Band IRI does is it's used to temporarily excite, stir up, I guess, a limited area of ionospheric.
Ionosphere.
No, it's like ionospheric or something like that.
Yeah.
What we guess is that's probably why they manipulate the weather in certain areas. Notice how they said a limited area.
Mm-hmm.
Now, according to a man named Sue Mitchell, who is the public information officer at the University of Alaska at Fairbanks, the Geophysical Institute says the HAARP has nothing to do with weather, and the HAARP is no longer funded by the government. Now, do you believe that?
No. I don't believe that they're just going to stop funding something that they manipulate and that they can create. Basically, they created all these storms and all these catastrophes. So I don't think that they're just not going to fund something that is that powerful to be manipulated and created. I don't think that they're just going to just up and leave something that they made.
You know, I have really crazy theories in my head and everything. But if you notice, recently we've had Hurricane Harvey, Jose, Maria, and Irma.
Yeah.
I believe those are the four. I can't find the video no more of it. But there was a guy on YouTube and he was talking about this. That Hurricane Harvey they were showing up on, I think, the satellite system. But it was appearing and disappearing, appearing and disappearing.
It would form and then disappear, and then form again and then disappear.
Which I'm not a meteorologist or whatever, but that doesn't seem right.
Hurricanes just don't disappear out of nowhere.
Yeah. And also it's a limited area that it excites. So it could be possible that in that specific area that they're sending the frequency to, or whatever you want to call it, is that's where they're controlling, and that's where the hurricane begins. Because there's hurricanes that are hundreds of miles long, but there happen in a wide range of area, you know. Okay, now what I'm trying to get to this is that I still believe that the Air Force and the Navy and the defense of the BAE, I believe that's what they were called. I still think that they do fund this because, like Rose was saying, there's no way that you're not gonna want to fund this.
Yeah.
There's no way. Now I can understand. Now they probably don't have direct contact with it, you know, because if when shit hits the fan, you know, they want to wash their hands and not get involved and not get caught by it.
Of course.
But I mean, like, there also is, maybe these are just crazy theories that we have or that we believe in that people just make up.
True. Maybe they're trying to hide something bigger and they just want to put a little story out so people can.
Well, no, what I mean by that is maybe everything, there is no theories. I mean, maybe there is no government conspiracies. Maybe everything is the way it is and the way it is that people, the way they show it is. You know? You believe aliens. I don't. I know, well, it's not cookie, I don't. Okay, that's a different topic. But what I'm trying to say is, what if everything's a lie?
Yeah.
You know?
I can see that.
Can you really?
That is so trippy. That is so trippy to
I'm saying, what if a hurricane is just a hurricane? What if a hurricane just happens because it's a hurricane?
Yes, but some of the evidence that people have, you don't see. It's not an everyday thing. I've never heard of a hurricane appearing and disappearing and then forming back again and reappearing somewhere else, and then the way it destroyed. Like, I just don't understand.
Government conspiracy theory theories out there.
You got so quiet on it.
Well, not every, but just about like 80% of them. Okay? I believe the government is corrupt. I believe the government is just here to use us as test dummies, to use us as lab rats. But I mean,
I believe that they manipulate the weather and they also manipulate us. People nowadays are so easily manipulated. They cover our eyes and make us see things that they want us to see, and sometimes people don't really open their eyes and see the truth in something or think outside the box in some situations, and it can really hurt a lot of people. It can damage. I don't know how else to say it.
Well, I know, but that's also the media.
That too. I mean, the media is caused by...
Our influencers, it doesn't matter what I say, what you say, it's... If you don't believe the media is our major influencer, then, first of all, if you don't believe that, no bueno. Second of all, if you don't believe that, you need to take a step back and actually look at life.
Yeah,
Like, they were saying that there was fake video, I think, of Miami being flooded. People were saying, that downtown Miami was flooded like a river or something like that. When it was the same video, but it actually was the river that runs through Miami, and I think it's Star Island, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah.
When it was the river that was actually really choppy because of Hurricane Irma. But people believe that it was downtown Miami. Why? Because somebody sent that in, and maybe somebody actually said the truth, but reporters or, the media saw it, and they're like, oh wow, that'll be a great story.
Yeah. Wow.
Another thing that I wanted to talk about before we get off here, because we've been ranting and just talking too much, is if you notice, and it might just look another Nate and Rose theory, or maybe just a Nate, I don't know, she's crazy like I am, but a major catastrophes that happen, I'm sorry, I just had to say that happen. If you notice, I know Hurricane Harvey, I know Katrina, I know Hurricane Ike and Andrew and all, those, they did devastating things to the United States, and there's still people recovering from that. We're still recovering from Hurricane Irma with, house, or some things happened to our house and stuff. But the major catastrophes, I think that's the new way to say that. Catastrophes. Okay. But they don't happen in the United States anymore. Mexico got hit by 8.1 earthquake. I don't know what they call it, but it was 8.1. But I think about a week or 2 weeks later, they get hit by a 7.1 the same day that they were celebrating. Well, they weren't celebrating, but it was like 30 or 40 years of the one earthquake that killed, I think, about 1,000 people or 2,000 people or something.
I think it was like 2,000 people.
You get what I'm saying? Now, in these hurricanes, I understand they're hurricanes, and I know they come from the water, and I know warm water makes them stronger. I'm just saying. But we have a theory that maybe this is the way the government uses little islands as like test areas.
Yeah, okay, that's a better way to put it.
What happened in Puerto Rico is absolutely. What happened in Puerto Rico
is the devastation of everything.
It's just horrific. It's horrible. I don't know. I have some family that are Puerto Rican, but they're here, and they have family over there that I believe they've went 4 days without talking to them, and finally they got in touch with them, and everything's fine. I can't imagine how the people feel there.
It's 100% no electricity.
There's no they've been reports of 80% of the homes are gone or flooded. The whole island is 100% without electricity for I believe 4 to 6 months. They're saying, but my thing is, the government can use these little islands for their test areas, to see how much destruction they can cause with hurricanes and all these things, because maybe they're trying to build up and plan for something ginormous that will happen in the United States.
I also believe this too.
And I mean, the world is overpopulated, people, and I'm sorry, that's just how it is. We keep having kids, and there's not enough land, there's not enough room for people, no matter what anybody says. Now, do I believe that killing off people is wrong? Of course, that's definitely wrong.
Of course.
But the government's doing these things to, they're not just killing us off with, the HAARP, with storms, with chemtrails. It's another video. What is it called? Fluoric acid or fluoride, in our waters that we drink. And I'm still sitting here drinking it. Why? Because it's something that we need. There's chemicals, there's things that we do on a daily basis that kill us slowly and get us sicker, and we still do it because the government found ways out to implement these things to our everyday life. So
that is so scary to think.
So they don't have to physically, shoot us or bomb or whatever.
Yeah, physically.
But every time we open a water bottle, or every time we go to the sink and get a freaking cup of water, or we eat cereal, we get all these things. They might as well just have a gun to our heads. And what they really do, they just pull in this trigger very, very slow. I mean, look, I don't know. I believe the government controls the weather. I believe the government does these things, all these
corrupt things.
I believe the government does these things to Barbuda, Barbados, Antigua, Jamaica, Dominican Republic, Haiti, and all these places. I believe that the government uses these as test zones. You get what I'm,
Yeah.
And another thing too is that I hate that the government allows, and they try to say they don't, is when a hurricane comes, the price gouging.
Yes.
Gas went up by like 40 cents. A case of water I buy them at Costco's. Hey, Costco's, I don't know if you guys want to sponsor us. No, anyways. But a case of water, 40 case was like like $3, $3.99, $2.99 or something.
Yeah, no, it's like $2.99.
Yeah, and then when a hurricane came, all of a sudden it was $5, which I know is 40 bottles of water for $5. Hey, that's a lot. That's pretty good. But still, it's price gouging, and price gouging should not be allowed in anywhere, any shape or form, especially in a time of need, in a catastrophe that's gonna happen, or in a hazardous time.
In a time of need.
In a time of need. There we go. But you think go back. I think this is it. We're done. We've been ranting long enough. I'm sorry.
Rant over.
Yeah, ran over. I know people are gonna be like, oh, these people are fucking stupid. Sorry. But what I'm saying is just...
We'd like to hear what you think about everything that we just said.
We'd love to know what you guys think. Oh, whoa.
Come on.
Sorry, guys. Not perfect. Pitch perfect.
Oh, God.
Okay. Anyways. Alright. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments. Or you guys can follow our Twitter. We'll put it down in the description. Or... Yeah. Down in the description we'll put it. And you can follow us on Instagram. I'm at KingSalve_94.
And mine is just Smile Crazy with 2 Z's.
No, 96, no nothing.
No, just Smile Crazy with 2 Z's. Link in the description.
Alright, guys. Well, that's it from Nate.
And Rose.
And we'll see you guys next time on the Nate and Rose Show.